Windsor's Country Mornings with Cordell.
Well, it is McHappy Day, and this is a very, very important day for Ronald McDonald House and the good that they do for families who really need their services in some very difficult times and situations that are situations that are unimaginable and cases where you don't even want to be as a parent. It's such a difficult time. And with us right now, we have Mallory and Saman Ariff. Hello there, and thank you for taking some time out for the show here today.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It's your daughter that
Yes.
was receiving treatment, and can you tell us a little bit about what your daughter Malia, the reason that she was receiving treatment?
So she was born premature at 25 weeks. I actually ended up on bed rest with that pregnancy and realized that she was coming early. So we were transferred to the London hospital, and she arrived early, just like we thought she would, arrived with a big bang. And that started our stay. That started our journey with the Ronald McDonald House.
So you had an expectation that she was going to be premature?
We did actually. Everything was completely normal in my pregnancy, and right at the very end for her, things started kind of going south. And so the doctors were aware that it was happening and that she would be premature, which is why they had sent us to London, knowing that she was 25 weeks. It was the best place for us to be. And we were there for about 5 days. We didn't make it very long, about 5 days before she was born.
Oh my goodness. And so what was going through your mind when she finally arrived and it's so early, even though it was expected? What was going through your mind at the time for both of you?
For me, it was mostly shock. And just a lot of tears. It was very unexpected. She's our first, as a first-time mom. That was not the experience that I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And not the experience that I was expecting or prepared for. And it was just a huge blow. It was a huge blow. I felt terrified. I felt scared for her survival. I felt disappointed that my body couldn't care for her the way that she needed. It was really hard to go through.
And so when you're put in the situation and are one or both of you working?
Yes, I'm actually on mat leave right now with our second.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second. But and then Saman, how about you?
I'm lucky enough that I can work from home. So my office is anywhere with internet.
Right. But this
Yeah.
had to, when you're in this situation and you have a little one that needs treatment like this, and you've got to go to, you got to go out of market. And I understand you used the Ronald McDonald Houses in both London and Windsor.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. And so it actually was funny how it worked out with my job. I'm a teacher, and my appointment, my ultrasound was on the very last day of work for me. So that was the day that I found out that she was going to be premature. So I actually finished off my school year, didn't go back in September. So I was able to give my work a good amount of notice beforehand, but with Saman, he was still working full time, and we just got thrown into this so suddenly. Do you want to talk about how great your work was?
They were very accommodating because, like I said, I can work from anywhere. And I told them the situation that was happening. So we took it, for me, it was day by day. I didn't even have time to think about, getting to that next week of Mallory's pregnancy. For me, it was just making sure that every single day we had what we needed. So I wasn't looking past the next day.
Yeah, that's great. That's not everybody has that, has a company that's that accommodating. So I'm very happy.
Very lucky. We were very lucky.
So, but nonetheless, I mean, gosh, Ronald McDonald House must have been such a valuable thing to have in your life and in your presence at that time. Give us an idea of some of the ways that they helped you through this difficult time.
So I've said this a couple times. I knew very little about the Ronald McDonald House
Yeah.
before we actually needed to use it. I had heard about it. A friend of a friend of a friend had used it, but I didn't quite understand the charity in itself until we needed to stay there. And the weight that was lifted off of our shoulders when we were able to stay there was so something. It's very hard to put in words. They welcomed us immediately. They were so understanding with what we were going through. They were so sensitive about it, so warm and welcoming and loving. I say they're part of my family now because I truly felt that they took care of us like family does.
Yeah.
Just being able to have a place to stay that's close to the hospital. We don't live in London. We're from Windsor, and the idea of having to travel every day to see her or to have to stay in a hotel is just so daunting to think about the extra cost, but the extra stress on us as well that causes. And having a place to stay that was just across the street from the hospital in London, and Windsor in the hospital, which was even better, which
Yeah.
is amazing to be able to be so close when the only place I wanted to be was by my daughter's bedside.
Yeah.
And so having a place a place that took care of us and kept us close to her was so important for us.
It's easier to, in hindsight, to look at it because I'm a little bit, terrified for people that don't have that resource. The fact that it's completely funded by charity. It's 100% donations. If that place didn't exist, I don't know what we would have done. I have no idea. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you've got enough to worry about when it comes to the loss of income, and then of course just worrying about your little one. Anything you can do to reduce those stresses and get a little help in hand. I mean, that's what everybody's thinking in those situations is I just need all the help I can get right now to get through and be strong for my child. And that's fantastic that you were able to do that. How is she doing now today? How old is she now?
So she's turning 3 in July, which is crazy to think. That just brings a tear to my eye
That
itself.
is awesome.
How far she has come and how big she's getting. She's doing fantastic. She does have some complications that came with her prematurity, which we are still trying to figure out. And we actually go to John McGivney for some resources there, and they're fantastic as well. But she is amazing. She's thriving. She's so happy.
Yeah, she's a very, very happy kid.
Yeah, she's so sweet and kind. It just says the cutest little one-offs, these little lines that she has that just die. It makes me die, like just by laughing. She's so funny.
Had a chance to see her on screen here just before we got
Yeah,
underway.
that was her. Yeah, she's
adorable.
Very, very funny.
And she's very excited. She was anxious to run off. She's not on screen with us right now because she wanted to run off and see Nana.
Yes.
Everybody has to run off and see Nana. Like, sorry, mom and dad, I got to go see my Nana. That's how it usually goes. That's fantastic. So if you have one word you want to say to everybody today here on McHappy Day, what do you want to say?
For me, it's just thank you. Thank you for supporting this charity. It's so meaningful to us. I will talk about this charity to anyone who will listen. It's so important for us that people in our community know about the Ronald McDonald House, that they support it. I always say, I hope you never have to experience it, but if you do, it's the best place you can be. If you have a sick child and you need that resource, it is the best place for you. And so please continue to support this charity all year round. It's absolutely amazing. It helps so many families like ours. And we're so appreciative of anyone who is making donations, who is supporting the Ronald McDonald House.
I would just add to that. I would say, obviously, on McHappy Day, go get McDonald's for the family. But any other day when you're getting a coffee through the drive-thru and they say, "Hey, do you want to
Round
up?" Just say yeah. It's totally worth it, and it goes to a really good cause.
And you never know when you, and you hope it's not the case, but you never know when you or a loved one somewhere in the family may need that help.
Exactly.
Thank you both so much. I'm really happy to hear that this whole thing had a happy ending and that you benefited. And do you feel when you get hungry for like a hamburger, do you have like a little extra brand loyalty now?
Absolutely.
I never try to go out of my way. Like if I'm gonna get a coffee, yeah, I'll go to McDonald's again. Why not?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Good. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's Windsor's Country Mornings with Cordell. Weekdays 5:30 to 10 on Windsor's Country.